One thing that I see a lot of men struggle with when it comes to losing weight or quitting any bad habit for that matter, whether that be overeating, smoking, drinking, porn, all the things that I used to struggle with, is actually mentally becoming that person first. And before you think I'm going all mindset on you, there's actual stats to prove this. And yes, I do have a little script in here because I don't want to miss anything out. But it's why 80 to 90% of people who lose weight, they put it back on, right? It's likely why you've watched someone try quit a bad habit, or you've tried yourself and you end up going back to it. And I was the exact same way, right? I lost 25 pounds, put it back on the first time. Same thing when it happened with quitting vaping, with drinking. Gave them up and then went back to them, right? But now that I've quit them all, I want to give you this simple goal setting system I like to call the replace the reward system. And basically what it will allow you to do is bring any goal that you have to quit any negative habit or lose a heap of weight and actually become who you know you can become within the next 30 days. Now, there's a little bit of a nuance to this. You can't lose 40 pounds in the next 30 days. But what it will do is allow you to believe that you will achieve that goal. Because honestly, lately, I have been struggling. I have been struggling as well. I've been trying to become someone new, but letting small little lies in. Right? I've been justifying myself. For example, I've been stress eating a little bit. I've been consuming a bit too much content. I've been scrolling. I've been mentally masturbating with overlearning and not actually implementing. Right? And it's just, I'm really not living up to who I know I can be. I'm not giving everything to you guys, which I know I can, which is why I'm making this video and showing you how to use the replace the reward system to set your goals up, right? Because you're probably aware that you need to change, or at least you want to change, which is a good thing. You're beating 99% of people, right? You're beating 99% of people if you actually want to change. But you try taking the actions to change by fixing what you think is the problem, aka the bad habit, right? The drinking, whatever it is, that vice that you have in your life right now. You try fix that problem. And most people tell you that that is the problem, but I'm here to tell you it's not. They're bullshit. They're lying to you, right? That is the solution to the real problem, which we avoid as men. And that problem is having a clear direction and having a clear goal to work towards. Because as men, whether you want to believe it or not, we have natural driving forces, right? Biological driving forces. We want to feel status. We want to feel accepted. We want to feel accomplished. We want to be told that we work hard. We want intimacy. We want to feel loved, right? It's a natural biological thing. But when we don't get this in our real life, and this is what I came to realize, when we don't get it in our real life, we resort to these bad habits as a solution to the fact that we aren't getting it in our real life, because they elicit the same feeling that we're not getting in our real life. Because as you do know, right, it is a lot easier to pick up your phone and go watch someone else with the dream car that you want, with the dream house that you want, with the dream girl that you want, and watch their life instead of doing it in your real life. Right? It's a lot easier to watch porn than approach a girl. It's a lot easier to save a workout and tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. And the world really is designed for you to stay exactly where you are, because it feels good in the moment as opposed to going out and doing it in your real life. Like, the world is designed to leave you confused, to keep you directionless, and to constantly be seeking validation from other people because you're not getting it from yourself in your real life. So I really want to walk you through how I'm setting up my goals with one clear direction. Because all the actions that you take after this, it should be in alignment with the person that you are becoming. Because a lot of people will tell you to journal. A lot of people will tell you to meditate. A lot of people will tell you to stop scrolling, to start eating healthy, to quit all these negative habits and actually start doing all these positive ones. But if there's no intention behind them, if there's no actual deep meaning reason for you to actually be doing these positive habits and giving up the old ones, you're never going to stick to them. Of course, you're never going to stick to them. Of course, it's going to be easier, right, to go back to these negative habits, to pick up your phone and just start scrolling, to go watch porn, to save the workout and tell yourself you'll do it later. It's a lot easier to do that because it feels good in the moment. You get a quick little dopamine hit. And when you don't have a clear direction to work towards, of course, you're just going to go back to these. So we need to set up a character and the person that we want to become. And all actions after that should be in alignment with that one specific character, with that one specific goal to work towards. And I promise you, that is when everything will change. So this is how I set my goals up to be extremely, extremely intentional. So for me, scrolling at the moment has been a massive problem, right? And how I'm replacing that is with reading, but reading with intention. Because you won't stick to it if you aren't getting that same feeling that you would from scrolling, right? So if you go to pick up a book, but you don't really know why you're reading it, of course you're going to go back to the other negative habit that you're trying to replace. But if you have this one character, this one goal, this one person that you're working towards every single day with every single habit, that gives you the direction and that gives you the reason to pick up the book. And that gives you that exact same feeling that scrolling would give you, right? So that's what I want you to get across. Is set a goal, set a character, set someone that you're working towards, and then align the books that you want to read with that person and that character. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to build discipline, right? Start reading books about discipline, right? If you want to learn about training or you want to get in the gym, start reading books about the gym, right? Start acting and put all actions in alignment with the person that you want to become. For example, I'm reading books on mindset and psychology. Why? Because it will benefit myself in understanding me and benefit understanding other people, which will benefit my business, which is the big goal, to help other people. The next problem for me is that I've been overeating due to the feeling of feeling stressed, right? Small little justifications for me. And the honest reason for this is because I've been lacking clarity. I've been lacking direction with what I've been doing. And the way that I'm going to be replacing this is with meditation. Now, most people will tell you meditate towards your goal. I'm here to tell you not to. I'm here to tell you to meditate and actually let all your emotions that you feel throughout the day that don't actually become processed throughout the day, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say you're driving to work, and this has probably happened to you. If you're driving to work, right, and you're running late, then someone cuts you off and it makes you run even more late. You get angry, you get frustrated, right? What happens then is afterwards, you start to think, fuck, what am I going to tell my boss? Then you instantly feel stressed. And then after that, when you finally get to work, you feel relieved. In that short amount of time, you've felt 3 emotions, but you haven't actually fully processed what those emotions have actually done to you. So the whole point of meditation is to allow you to think clearly, to allow you to get clarity on all the unprocessed things that happen throughout your day. And that way you can start to think clearly again. You can start to work your goals again, right? That's why I'm going to be meditating, because it will allow me to bring my unprocessed thoughts and actually process them so I can have a more clear thinking mind to make better videos for you guys, to make a better product for you guys. Next thing I've been struggling with is over-consuming with information and not actually applying it, right? Basically being introverted. So what I'm going to be doing instead is I'm going to have to talk to 2 new people per day when I'm out, right? But the key here is to actually learn from them. I want to be asking them questions. I want to be asking, about their goals, about their dreams, about their life, about what they want to accomplish and why they aren't going out and doing them and what's stopping them, right? Because the more that I do that and the deeper that I understand other people, it'll allow me to come on here and actually talk to you guys about the theory that I'm learning, that consuming of information, and then bringing a real life experience and pairing that together. And that way that I can bring on here and bring you guys good informational videos based on real life experiences, instead of just experiences without the theory, and instead of just theory without the experiences, right? So what I'm really trying to do is become a better communicator so that I can come on here and provide as much value to you as possible, and honestly, just provide more effective content and be better with that and get out of the introversion stage and start moving towards, a little bit of extroversion, getting over that fear of failure as well. And the last one that I've really struggled with is actually managing my time effectively and getting stuck within my own thoughts. And this honestly comes down to accountability and analysis paralysis. And really that's just worrying about what other people think. So with this, is I'm going to go through a straight testing phase over the next 30 days on YouTube. I'm going to post 6 times per week over the next 30 days. So I'll be posting 26 videos, small little informational videos based on experiences and based on the things that I've been through, based around giving everything that I've learned in the past 8 to 12 months of solitude, giving up all these vices, losing weight, all these sorts of things, so that you can learn everything that I've learned for free to create a life of freedom for yourself by getting over any negative habits, by losing weight, by getting in the best shape of your life, by being able to channel your energy into the big goals that you do have in your life, to be able to set up the goals that you do have in your life. And the point of this is, over the next 30 days, I want you guys to give me feedback on what works best, and then we can all build one big program. And what I find that applying to my life actually works best, and then I can build a program where we all thrive together in one big community, right? So I'm going to give you all the information that I've learned over the last 8 to 12 months for free, based on all the courses that I've bought, thousands of dollars, right? Everything on training, everything on nutrition, all these sorts of things, in the hopes to give you a life of freedom mentally, physically, spiritually, and create a community of men that just want a life of freedom, that just want a life of freedom. right? So you don't have to do it alone. So we all thrive off each other. And basically, my goals really look like this. From the overarching goal is to give everything out for free. Then create a thriving community of men who want to create freedom in their life, like I said. But the point of that is that if someone has an issue in their real life, they can bring it into the community and they can say, I've went through this is how I approached this is how I overcame this. All right, because I'm one person, I can't solve 500 different problems. But what I can do is create a community where we all solve each other's problems. So when something else comes up in your life, when something else comes up in someone else's life, they share that experience, they apply it to the community, and when it happens to you, you can look for that in the content hub, basically, in the community, and that way you can apply it to your own life, and then you bring back the learnings that you learned, and then we're constantly building this ecosystem where everyone's just learning from each other about experience through pain, through struggle that they go through, and that way you don't have to do it alone. Right? You get in the best shape of your life. You create a life of freedom for yourself. And that's really the whole point. So really, I'm going to be reading with intention to replace the problem with scrolling. I'm going to be intentional with conversations with 2 people per day to replace the problem of introversion and become a bit more extroverted. I'm going to be meditating for 15 minutes per day to allow the mind to process my unprocessed thoughts, those unprocessed emotions that we go through throughout the day. And then the last one is overcoming analysis paralysis by literally testing every single solitary thing that I learn and seeing what you guys want, what works better, and just implementing for 6 days per week on here with the intention to give all knowledge to you guys for free, and then create a community and have one-on-one coaching on top of that with me personally to get you in the best shape of your life, to work on your mindset, habits, and nutrition with me personally on top of that, so you don't feel so stuck with any problems that occur in your life. And we can all thrive together, right? We all bring our problems and we all bring our solutions, and anytime that you have a problem, bang, you can give it to someone else, and then same thing, someone else solves your problem. And it's just this one big ecosystem that just constantly builds over years and years to come. And that is really the big goal, right? Create a life of freedom and go all in on your goals, your dreams, while getting in the best shape of your damn life. Yeah, that's the video. I went to read the script, but it's gone. So with that being said, I still am taking on one-on-one clients. Got a few at the moment that we're working together with nice and closely. So the community is going to start very, very soon. But if you want one-on-one coaching during this time as well, we're absolutely ready to take you on as well. I've got plenty of time to bring you on as a client if you want true one-on-one help while we build this thing out together, right? That's the big goal. That's the big plan. And yeah, that's exactly how you be intentional with your actions towards the goals that you want to achieve. I hope this helps.